Hello, my name is Stephen Scantlebury, and for this Capstone project, I focused on reducing chronic absenteeism through teacher led mentoring and weekly student check ins. I chose this topic because attendance is a real issue in many schools and it directly affects student learning, their confidence, the relationships they form, and their graduation track. My goal is to share a practical approach that educators can use to support students before attendance problems become worse. I selected this project because attendance affects almost everything we do as educators. A student can have ability, but if they are not present, they miss instruction, feedback, discussion, and they do not form strong relationships. I wanted this project to give teachers a simple structure they could use without needing a complicated program or a lot of additional resources. Chronic absenteeism means a student misses 10% or more of the school year. The U.S. Department of Education explains that this includes both excused and unexcused absences. This is important because a student can still fall behind even if some of their absences are excused. Chronic absenteeism is different from truancy or skipping classes because it looks at the total amount of absences a student can have, not only their unexcused absences. Chronic absenteeism has been a serious issue since the pandemic. When students miss too much school, they can fall behind academically, lose confidence, and become less connected to their teachers or classmates. Research shows that attendance is closely connected to student engagement and achievement. This means attendance is not just about being present, it also affects student learning, the relationships that they form, and long term success. At Lancaster High School, chronic absenteeism is a major concern. According to the South Carolina report card, the school has a chronic absenteeism rate of 42%, which is the highest in the district. The school also serves a high poverty population and has a low graduation rate of 71%. These numbers show why students may need more than just reminders, more than just consequences. They may need consistent support from adults who care in order to help address their attendance issues. This project focuses on ninth grade because ninth grade is a major transition year. It is often the year when students either get off to a strong start or they begin to struggle. The transition to high school can be overwhelming for some students. They have more teachers, higher expectations, and greater independence. If attendance problems begin at this stage, students can lose credits quickly and start to feel discouraged. Supporting students in ninth grade gives schools a chance to intervene before those patterns become harder to change. Many schools respond to absenteeism with warnings, consequences, or punishment. And while accountability is important, punishment alone may not solve the problem because it does not always address why the student is missing school. Students may be dealing with issues like transportation problems, family responsibilities, mental health concerns, or academic frustration. Because of this, schools need to focus more on support and problem solving rather than simply punitive measures. Students often benefit when they know that at least one adult in the building genuinely cares about how they're doing. That is what mentoring provides. It creates a consistent point of contact and accountability. The teacher does not need to have all the answers. Sometimes just checking in regularly and showing interest in the student's progress can make a meaningful difference in how connected that student feels to the school and those around them. I wanted this strategy to be realistic for teachers. Educators already have a lot on their plates, so any approach that's going to be used needs to be manageable and not time consuming. This plan uses short, structured check ins as well as teacher mentoring over the course of several weeks. It focuses on small goals and steady encouragement rather than trying to solve all problems at once. The idea is that we create a consistent routine that helps students build better attendance habits over time. The weekly check in should be short, simple, and consistent. Teachers can greet the student positively, review attendance from the previous week, and find out what's going on. Even a short 5 to 10-minute conversation can help students to feel seen, supported, and also place a measure of accountability on them. The consistency in this interaction is what matters the most. During weekly check ins, teachers can ask students simple but meaningful questions. They can ask, how has the student's attendance been? If they've been coming to school, what has helped them come to school? And if they haven't been coming to school, what has been the reason or why has it been difficult for them to come to school? These questions will help teachers to understand the students' individual situations rather than making assumptions or casting judgments. The timeline is designed to keep the process organized. First, the school will identify the students who need support. Then, the teacher mentors will begin weekly check ins. As the weeks continue, the school can monitor student attendance and adjust support when needed. At the end, attendance will be reviewed and an evaluation will be done of the program to see what worked and what needed to be changed. This will make the process practical and focused rather than just random and arbitrary. The main benefit I hope to see is improved attendance, but the impact can go beyond that. Students may feel more connected to school when they know that there is a trusted adult checking on them. Teachers may also get to understand student barriers better, and this can lead to better communication between teachers, counselors, administrators, families, and students. So even if attendance does not improve immediately for every student, it will build stronger relationships, and that is still a meaningful step in the partnership process between school and home. Chronic absenteeism is not just about missed school days. It is often a sign that a student needs support. And when schools respond with empathy, consistency, and relationship building, they are more likely to help students reconnect. Small actions such as weekly check ins can have a significant impact on student attendance over time. These are the references that form the foundation for this project. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this presentation. I hope it provides practical ideas that educators can use in their own schools. My belief is that when we take the time to understand our students and build strong relationships, we can create better opportunities to help them succeed not only academically but personally as well.